Hi, and welcome to Dave's Think Tank. Got this in the mail a couple of days ago, and I thought it was worth doing an unboxing video. So this is from M&M Creations, Indiana. And if you know who that is, you're probably getting excited. So let's see what we got in here. A box. Okay, we've got a bit of packing here, and we've got a couple little items here. Oh, they're stuck in the packing. There we go, that's one. That's number two. Oh, let's just have a look at that. See if you can guess what I'm going to do with this. And we've got, what is this here? UV discharge designed with nail. I have no idea what this part is. Environmental remover pad. That's it. No instructions? Okay, no instructions. Okay, well what this is a magnetic reed switch. It's also known as a proximity switch. So what this is, you know what? I need one thing. I'm going to get something. Be right back. Okay, so this is a replacement for your rollover switches, your star rollover switches. And here is a star rollover. What this does, it slips over the end of it like that, and got a little plastic piece, I assume goes on there to hold it all together, and holds it something like that under the playfield. And now there is a switch detector in here, and it will detect whenever a metal ball goes over top. And close the switch. So supposedly there is a diode built in here. I was kind of hoping they would have some information here on which end has the diode. They don't seem to have that though. I think we can maybe figure it out. Let's take our multimeter. And look it up here. Let's say the green is the diode. And if we so if we touch those, and if we close the switch, okay, well I can definitely feel it pulling on the magnet, but that does not seem to close the switch, so let's try the other way around. Back on the green, and see what that does. Nope. That does not make it work either. Huh. I can definitely feel the magnet pulling on the weight on the pinball. Okay, well maybe there's something I'm missing here. Huh. Okay, play around with it. I'll let you know what I figure out. Okay, well I've got this set up with diode test. And let's see, the red is on white, the black is on green. So 0.551 in that direction. And if I change them, do a diode test in this direction. Okay, nothing. So seems to me, let's see, white is the strobe line and black is the input line. Try that again. 0.552, there we go. Excellent. So I thought I'd just tell you a little bit about the problem I'm trying to deal with. I put in a new play field and it came with new star rollovers and installed them, and very tricky to install them. They tend to get very, very sticky. They don't bounce back up, so I had to take I think it was a 1/16 inch drill bit, go down every single lane of the star, get rid of every little bit of plastic flash. I had to drill down through the center very carefully, because there's a part on the end which holds it in, but you don't want it holding too tightly. And finally got it moving up and down very smoothly, both of them moving up and down smoothly. But the problem is what pushes them back up is the switch underneath. The metal switch has to have enough spring to push it up, but not too much to hold it up. And getting it just right has been the bane of my existence for quite a while. Either it will go down and not come back up, or it'll be a little bit too stiff and the ball will just nope, didn't do it there, but the ball will quite often just bounce off without registering, and go straight, of course, go straight down the middle and out the out hole. So that is incredibly frustrating when that happens. So hopefully this will eliminate the need for this to move up and down at all, and I can get back to just playing the game. So I figured out a couple of things, just thought I'd bring you up to date. This here inside is it's like an alcohol soaked wet nap, and I assume you're supposed to take this little piece off here, and then there'll be a little glue left over, and you wipe it with that to get rid of the glue. I don't see any point in taking that off, though. I'll just leave it on for a little extra protection. The magnetism seems to go through it no problem, so I'll not be using that. The other thing I figured out, I was sent an email a couple days ago by M&M Creations, and it did have some instructions in it, but they're not very useful to me. They're for a different type of switch. Same sort of idea, magnetic switch, but a little bit different one. It doesn't tell me how to connect it, doesn't tell me what wires to use. It actually says hook up the green wire to a green wire, hook up the red wire to a red wire, or sorry, the white wire to a white wire. I don't have green and white wires, so it's not very helpful. But as I've pointed out, the white seems to be the incoming strobe line. So I think what I'll do next, I will try setting it up in parallel with the switch that's in there and just see if I can get it working under a switch test. Okay, so here's my switch, and I have a red line attached to the incoming white and blue leads. This is in the schematics. The incoming line is blue and white and blue. Got that attached there. I've got the black hooked up to the other line, the outgoing white and brown. And as we figured out before, incoming line is white, and that has a diode on the end of it. The outgoing line is black, and make sure you can see that. I've got the black on the green, red on the white, and switch test seems to be working. I think we got it figured out. So the next step is to get the old switch out, take these wires off, and solder the new switch in place. Just to bring it right up to date, I have the item fitted in the hole here. It fits underneath. The ring goes around the projecting stub of the star rollover, and you take one of these, and which comes with the kit, and you put that over top of the end of the star rollover, and it's nylon, so you press it down into the hole all around the star rollover to hold that in place. Now I've got two wires coming out, and on each I have a bit of shrink wrap, and all I have to do now, take the wires off. There's two wires coming in, two wires going out, so two wires coming in go on the white, two wires going out go on the green, and shrink wrap them. And I will do that and get back to you. Just so you're aware, it's not as straightforward as it looks. It's not just a matter of hooking up the wires and away it goes. You have to find the best place for it. I found that okay, the ball going down one side would set it off, going down the other side or maybe down the middle would not set it off. I also found it was being set off by this lamp here, and it was being set off, I think, by a metal rail, which is about an inch above, well, half an inch above the play field on the other side. So just you have to find the right place for it, so that the ball is going to affect it and nothing else. So I don't think I can use that lamp. I've shoved it out of the way. I've moved this lamp over here to take its place, and everything's in place. So I'm going to try and do the other one now. Okay, so I got them installed. You can see I've got this one in here, this one installed in here. I had to disconnect this light. It just was interfering. This light does not seem to be interfering. It's far enough away. But there's no room for... I had two lights to light up either side of the switch. And there's just no room for two lights anymore. So they don't look as bright from the top as they did previously. But anyway, I've got these in here. A little white nylon washer holds it in place. I've got a light on each of them. I've got... Move down a little bit. All the wires are soldered and shrink wrapped. And if a ball goes past, that's one, that's the other one. So I think we've got it. So you may have noticed I've added a new feature to the self-test. I now have sound on some of the tests, so I'm just going to quickly go through that and we will test these new switches at the same time. So, self-test, light test, the digital display test, okay, solenoid test, goes through all the solenoids. If the solenoid sets off a switch, it'll show up, I think it's here. So let's say a switch goes off. Well, let's wait till, okay, 26 shows up there because I hit 26 and made a beep just to emphasize it. 23 will show up. Oh. Okay. Let's do the switch test. Switch test, if I hit a switch, it's going to beep. Now it's not going to hit my finger. Okay, let's just try this one. This should be 17 and 21. Should show up here. There they go, they both show up. Oops. Okay. So as switches are hit, you hear a sound, just to emphasize. And our two new switches are working. And the double hit test, if we're hitting something, shows up here, but there's no sound. But if we happen to double hit something, it'll make a sound. So that's your double hit test. Makes extra sure that you know what's going on. And this is the number of milliseconds between the two hits. So if you hit it again, it's not going to make any sound. But if you hit it twice quickly, it shows you that was a double hit. Okay, I think that's enough for now. Just a couple of notes. Okay, note number one. These are referred to as magnetic reed switches, or MRS for short. They're also known as magnetic proximity switches. I'll leave a link in the video description to the M&M Creations catalog. They have switches in all shapes and sizes for various specialty pinball switches. They're on Pinside, and if you want to order, just send a message to Sonic and he'll get back to you with payment and shipping information. You'll want to hear all about your project too, so don't spare the details. Now, if you're used to spending $5 to $10 on switches, don't be surprised to find out that these are more like $35. Bit pricey, but worth it if it solves your switch issues. Now, if your magnetic switch has a green and a white wire, then it has the diode included. If it has two green wires, it does not include the diode. The white wire connects to the diode, so go to your schematics, find the switch you're replacing, and find the color of wire connected directly to the diode. In my case, it says 52, which means white with blue stripes. That is the wire you connect to white. Connect the other switch wire to green. Now, do you need a capacitor? I would say no. The magnetic switches seem very responsive. I wouldn't rule it out, but if you're having problems, it's probably something else. And speaking of something else, test everything at every step. When finding a place for your switch, be aware of any metal objects close to or above the switch. They may interfere with smooth operation. Okay, I think that's everything. So, let's play a game. So I've played a couple of games now and just thought I'd let you know. If a ball goes through here very fast, they don't seem to activate. But if a ball goes in slowly, it'll activate. I'll get 2 points, 4 points, 6,000, 8,000. It goes in twice, hits twice, comes back twice. So very, very sensitive when it's going slowly. When it's going fast, you usually don't get anything. Now compare that to what it used to be, even with the original board and the original rollovers. You were lucky if you got one going through here either way. So I think it's an improvement. Looking at capacitors again, actually if I wanted to put a capacitor in now, I couldn't without just cutting the wires. There's no way to add a capacitor. I think if I was going to do it over, I would probably put one in and see how it worked, and if I didn't like it, you can just clip it and take it out. Anyway, I'm happy with the way it is. It's very sensitive. I get a lot of points through here now if I hit the ball just right. So anyway, let's play a game.
USS Enterprise calling Klingon vessel. Acknowledge, please.
Okay, skill shot. Go for the B. Okay, got the A. 6,000 skill points.
Photon torpedoes. Fire all phases.
USS Enterprise calling Klingon vessel. Acknowledge, please.
Okay, I need the Y. Not much chance I'm going to get that. Oh.
Arm photon torpedoes.
Got it.
Fire. Fire all phases.
Sensors are picking up a Klingon battle cruiser.
Okay, I reached the first challenge. Got hit 5 flashing Klingons. Come on. Oh, I got nothing. Great.
Reach to captain.
There we go. Skill shot. 12,000 points for that B. See if I can get past those new rollovers before this game is over.
Fire all phases. 043. Intruder alert.
Yay. Go for that A. Skill shot.
Arm photon torpedoes. Arm photon torpedoes. Photon torpedoes fire.
Let's see if we can get that A again.
Armed photon torpedoes. Standard orbit, Mr. Checker. Fire all phases.
Okay, I've got challenge number 2.
1 minute to auto-destruct.
Hit these 4 drop targets within a minute. Oh, no. Again, nothing.
Number 2 shield is gone, sir.
Yes, 12,000 points.
Torpedoes, fire. Armed photon torpedoes. Fire all phases.
Captain, I'm getting something on the distress channel.
This is the Kobayashi Maru. 19 periods out of all tier 6. We have struck a gravitic mine and have lost all...
Okay, 3rd challenge. Gotta go and save the Kobayashi Maru.
Need power.
Oh. Not even close.
Plastic machine, Spock. You can't argue with a machine.
That's for sure.